welcome back to my channel again. And if you're new here, welcome to the Vibetribe family. This is today's second video, which is my Friendship Friday collab with Danielle from Diamond Painting Queen. I will have her channel linked down below. Today we are doing tag questions, and the squirrels were crazy. Oh boy, lots and lots of squirrels. So let's just get into it so you can hear and see how squirrely I really am. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join the Vibetribe family by hitting that little red subscribe button. If you like today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, as it does let me know I'm on the right track for creating content. If you don't like it, give me the big old thumbs down. Thanks for the watch time. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, as it'll let you know when my squirrely videos upload on its squirrely schedule. Okay, you guys, many, many blessings. Hashtag Vibetribe.
Hey everyone, how's it going? How's your Friday so far? Happy Friday the 13th. Love these days. Sherry here, aka Diamond Art Addiction. And it is Friendship Friday. This is where I am doing my collab with Danielle from Diamond Painting Queen. The last time I did a video with her, we were kitting up our paintings and just kind of chatting a little bit about how we acquired these paintings. So this painting came damaged, like had a little, like up here there was a little, like some dirt. I was able to clean it up the best of my ability. You can't even tell in here that it was even there. So that was an easy breezy fix. I really appreciate this. So if you want to see what painting Danielle's working on, you will have to go down to her channel. I will have everything linked down there, down in the description box. So somebody asked me, what is this on my fingers? This is the witch's alphabet, and it has my witch name on it. My first witch name is Rowan. So Rowan, and then eventually, because my pagan name is Rowan Blue Moon. So eventually I'm gonna have the witch's alphabet, and it's gonna say B-M-O-O-N. So it's R-O-W-A-N, and B for blue, M, so Blue Moon. And eventually I will have this hand tattooed as well. I will be doing a tattoo video eventually and letting you guys all know, because I mean, I've got tattoos there, I've got tattoos there. I got, you know, on this one here, I've got my balloon, and every single one of my tattoos has meaning. And I know a lot of you have been asking, so I will do that video. Maybe I'll do that one for Monday and tell you guys a story behind all my tattoos. Okay, so I have been slowly puttering at this because this is the Siamese tease, and it is a 55 by 102. And Danielle has a smaller painting than me, but I am sending her a box next week that's gonna have a couple more paintings in there for her. Okay, so Danielle came up with some tag questions. I absolutely love doing tag questions. I've got the husband's phone here with the questions there. I think there was supposed to be 30, but for some reason I only got up to 29. So we're gonna just motor on it. I haven't even really read all of the questions yet. So here we go. Question number 1. What is your favorite food? What isn't? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a smart butt there. I love Italian food. Like, Italian is, it's just unfortunate I can't eat a lot of pasta because my stomach is stapled. When I was 16, which was in 1995, I had my stomach stapled. I'm the same height that I was when I got the surgery, and I was like 360 pounds. I have a very, very slow, inefficient metabolism. So they had to do it because I just couldn't lose the weight, you know, and it was becoming awful, like the tormenting and the teasing. So with the surgery I had, because it's a lot more, it's better now than what it was back then. But with it, I can only hold about half a cup of food. And if I eat any more than that, I will throw up. So because my stomach can't hold that amount of food. And we all know pasta is very, very filling. So I love Italian food, but my stomach doesn't. I try. That kind of answers that question. What's the weirdest thing you eat? I don't really eat anything weird. I'm very picky. I guess, well, according to Mr. Addiction, eating veggie burgers is weird. So I eat a lot of veggie burgers. I love veggie burgers. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork. So I'm kind of very limited. I will eat a bit of chicken. I don't eat fish. I love seafood. But yeah, like I'm really, really picky. I'm pretty much a vegetarian in a sense. So I guess the weirdest thing that I would eat would be the veggie burgers. And I do like tofu. So, you know, I'm very much into that. Mr. Addiction thinks I'm weird. So I guess that would be weird. That would be the weirdest thing. I don't think it's weird, but according to him, it's weird. So we'll roll with that. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Oh, that's easy. Strawberry. You guys, I'm a basic kind of girl. I don't need fancy, like, I know, I mean, like, it's expensive. I was actually just saying to somebody, I was, chatting, and I'm like, our cost of living is very high here, and food is very expensive. Like, you guys would probably be like, what? Like, for us to get a 4-liter jug of milk, which is pretty much a gallon, we pay about $5. And I go through about 2 to 3 jugs of milk a week, as we're all cereal lovers here. Like, I love cereal. Like, Fruity Pebbles is my ultimate. And thanks to a lot of my amazing American friends, I've gotten to have Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, the new one, the peanut butter and Cocoa Pebbles. Oh, if you guys have not tried that, you gotta go try it. You can go get yourself a box of peanut butter and Cocoa Pebbles, and you're just gonna be like, it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup exploded in your mouth. Like, oh. Okay, that kind of squirreled away from, I love strawberry ice cream. It is my favorite. Absolute favorite. I don't like chocolate ice cream at all. And I'm really not a big chocolate person. Like, I can take it or leave it. I'm more of a candy person. Like, I love chocolate when I'm in the mood for it. I do love chocolate, but it's not something that I would run a million miles for. If it's good chocolate, yeah, I'm all over it like white on rice. Oh, hey. Best job you ever had? I would say, to be honest with you guys, I know it's technically not, but the best job that I've ever had is what I'm doing right now. And let me explain why. I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've been a waitress. I've worked in convenience stores. I was a manager, an office manager for the oil and gas company for 8 years. That was technically the last job that I worked at. Like, technical, working to make somebody else rich kind of thing. Right now, I don't make a lot with YouTube. Like, I just got monetized, and you guys have been so generous and so kind with donating to my PayPal to help me get content, the super chats when I go live. So in a sense, I look at it as this way. I am being paid to make videos. this is my job now. This will be my job probably for a very long time. So you guys are stuck with me. You're stuck with me. And I'm learning so much about myself. I enjoy it every day. I look forward to creating videos and chatting with you guys. It's amazing. You know, you definitely can't make a living at this, like, unless you've got like tens of thousands of subscribers, but you make a little bit off the ads, you know, and those of you who watch the ads, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I try not to overload my videos with ads. So let me know. Like, I determine what kind of ads, and I'll always choose skippable. I'm not going to force you guys to watch 5,000 ads. Like, if I go to a video and it has like a ton of ads, I'm just like, yep, bye-bye. I'm also a premium YouTube person. Like, I have the premium. So, but that's going to be coming to an end because that's $20 a month that I could be saving and putting towards something else. So soon I will be watching your guys' ads. It's going to suck because I do like some of the shows that are on YouTube. Anyway, squirrel. The best job I've had is working on YouTube. I have been doing YouTube for almost 5 months now, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Worst job you ever had? Can I plead the fifth on this? Because I know what I want to say, but I don't want to bash. What the hell with it? It's my channel. I'm not going to mention names. Every job that I've had has had its bonuses and its bullshit. Every ad. Squirrel. Every job that I've had, I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about who I never want to be. But after what happened at this last job that I was at, you know, I bent over backwards. You know, I put my entire life on hold in 2013, you know, so people could grieve. I went out of my way to help people at this job. And in the end, I got pooched, you know. I got hurt at work, never claimed it on WCB. Everybody knew I got hurt at work. I had text people during working hours, and in the end, I got screwed. In essence, I did. You know, like, I tried to put the WCB claim in thinking, like, you know what, they're going to back me up. They know I got hurt at work. I got text messages, all of it, and everybody lied, and my claim got denied. So I had to go on a disability. Needed a sippy. I had to go on a disability, and it's not a lot, you guys. Like, we're barely keeping our heads above water, but we have food, water, and shelter. A lot of sacrifices have come into play, right, Mr. Addiction?
What is left to lose? What is left to lose?
Well, we don't have the money that we used to when I was working in oil and gas, but we're getting by.
Yeah, I was, well, kinda.
Kinda, yeah. He knows I'm filming, and he probably doesn't want to say what he's really thinking.
I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. So that job, there was a lot of gossip, a lot of backstabbing, two-facing, covering up, you know, shady shit, basically. And, you know, the crap that was said about me when I left my job in 2017 because I was sick and in the process of getting diagnosed with MS. Nasty things were said about me. And I'm like, wow, I've dedicated how much of my life, you know, and I should have known, because when people are going to talk shit to you about other people, they're damn well going to be doing it behind your back too, right? And whatever. I learned a lot about myself. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, they'd helped me out you know, financially, but money doesn't buy you dignity. Money doesn't buy happiness. And the way I look at it, as when I'm gone, I want to be remembered for who I was and how I treated people versus how much money I had and how many fancy things I had. You know, and that's basically, that answers that. Like, so yeah, I'd say the worst job that I ever had was the last one I had, because I'd never been so hurt and betrayed at a job as I was in that one. So we're going to move on now, because now I'm going to become a bitter biatch, and I don't want to. C'est la vie. It is what it is. I learned a lot about myself and who I don't want to be like. I would rather be poor living in a box and have dignity. So c'est la vie. What's done is done. What was your dream job as a kid? Paramedic. I always wanted to be a paramedic. I've always wanted to work in a position where I could help people. Like my mom always used to say, I didn't bring home stray animals when I was a kid. I brought home stray people. And I don't think I could have been a doctor, because I would get too attached to patients. And if something happened to them, I would be heartbroken. With being a paramedic, you're with them for a short time until you get them to the hospital, and then it's done. So it was always wanted to be a paramedic. After I had my daughter, I was actually going back to school to become a paramedic. And life happened and it never came to be. Now I never could be a paramedic. I'm too old. B, my body is too broken. So in a sense, doing YouTube, I guess I can still help people, because I do get messages from people saying my videos help them in some aspect. So that makes me feel good, because I've always wanted to help people. It's just always been a thing for me. All right, I am 16 minutes in, and I'm only going on to question number 7. So I hope you guys got a whip and a drink, because buckle in. This is probably going to be a long one, because I am in a squirrely kind of mood. But hey, number 7. If you could get paid millions to do a job you love, what would you be and why? YouTube. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing YouTube. If I could be paid millions to sit here and make videos and share my story with people, to me, that would be... I love doing this, you guys, and I didn't realize how much I loved it until recently. I had a message come in from somebody. I think I might have told you guys this not that long ago, but I had someone reach out to me before they went into rehab. They had been on heroin and crystal meth for over 10 years. And she stumbled upon my video where I talked about drug addiction, and being clean. And she was inspired enough. She said, well, if she can do it, I'm going to do it. She wanted to get her son back. I am very proud of her. She contacted me the other day, and she has 67 days clean. Well, 67 at the time. And she's still in her program. It's a 90-day program. And then she's going to be going into sober living. So to know that my story was able to help her, to me, that was amazing. That's was some of the reason why I started this, was to reach out to people, share my story in hopes that maybe it would help somebody. So that, yeah, I I love what I'm doing right now. I would be absolutely lost if I couldn't do this. I've made some of the best friendships. I was actually just talking about this in my admin team group for the Vibetribe family Facebook group, that I didn't think I would bond with people the way I have. Like, one of my close friends on my admin team as well is getting ready to go for major surgery, you know, and when I thought about it, I won't mention it because it's not my place to, but it's major surgery and it's scary. And I was like, oh my Lanta, like, there's a possibility that something can go really wrong and she won't be there. And it literally made me cry, you guys. You know, like, a lot of you I haven't even met in person. And the thought of something happening to her and not being able to talk to her really freaked me out. And that was when I realized the bond that I'm developing with so many of you. Like, when I care, I care. I care deeply. You know, when I say you're my friend, you're my friend. And then that means I care, and I will always be there for my friends until something either happens to them, and I really pray and hope that it doesn't. She is one of the most sweetest, kindest people, you know, and you betray me, I'm gone, you know. So we're going to move on. What's your favorite concert or music festival you've been to? Oh, one of my most favorite concerts I went to would be Godsmack. Oh, and the reason why is, well, I've always loved Godsmack. One of my most favorite bands, along with Metallica, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, the old Guns N' Roses, not, well, Axl lost his mind. But anyway, and the reason why I enjoyed that concert, I went with Mr. Addiction, a friend from work, and my sister. So we had, like, the four of us went, and the way they had it set up was, like, the stage was over here with the floor, and then over here you had tables that you could sit at, and you were able to get up and walk around. And then over to this side, they had, like, you know, confection stands for food, alcohol, and you didn't have to be up into the mosh pit area where the bands were. And I can't remember who the first band was. They sucked, but Buck Cherry came on. That was really good. And then when Godsmack came on, yeah, you better believe my anxiety-filled butt was up in the mosh pit, especially when they were doing Voodoo. Oh. And it was for the Halloween Howler that they have in Edmonton every year. I should actually look into what... Squirrel! I don't even know what bands are playing this year, but it was a Halloween Howler, so we all got to dress up. I went as a sugar skull. You know, my sister went as a skeleton. Mr. Addiction went as, like, a scary zombie type dude. It was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, and to go see one, even though I don't like to be in crowds, I was able to somewhat avoid the crowd. Let's just say a lot of Bubbles, Mary Jane, you know, helped. I can talk about that because it's legal where I live. What is the most important quality in a friend? Honesty. Honesty. You know, and along with honesty comes loyalty. You know, but honesty is the most important quality in any friendship. If you can't be honest with me or lie to me about things because you want my attention or whatever, that is the fastest way that you will lose a friendship with me. Any relationship, you need honesty, communication, trust. And if I can't trust you, forget it, you know. And a lot of that's happened recently, you know, and I'm quite hurt by it. You know, it's And that's just it. Like, you need honesty. And along with honesty comes the rest of it, like loyalty and compassion and understanding. So yeah, that is the most important quality to me, is honesty. And then comes the rest of it. Who is your role model? That's easy. My mother. My mother is my best friend. She's one of the most, we call her the matriarch of our family. She's one of the most down-to-earth, amazing, kind souls. And if I can be half of the woman that my mom is, then I'd be laughing. My mom, through everything that I've been through with the drug addiction, being in an extremely abusive marriage, my parents didn't even know the extent of how bad it really was. I hid it from them because I was embarrassed and ashamed. I didn't want to let them down. But my mom, she never gave up on me. She never turned her back on me. Neither did my father. Me and my father didn't always get along or see eye to eye, but he is a good dad, and our relationship's been repaired, and we have a very good father-daughter relationship. But my mom is my role model, and I always say, love your parents, because one day they're not going to be here. And I've watched my friends lose parents, and I'm so grateful that my parents are still here. I don't know the loss of losing a parent, but I know the loss of losing someone that, I can't even imagine. Like, I've lost my son, I've lost friends, but to lose my mom, I hope I can get through that. I really, truly do. I couldn't even imagine. And like I said, if she is one of the most, if you're watching this and you know my mom, you know what I'm talking about. Like, she's amazing. And she is a role model. Okay, next one. Question 11. Who was your first crush? My first crush was a boy named Jamie McDonald. He was my first love. We were like 13. And I can, they always say you remember your first. You do. You absolutely do. Like, me and Jamie, we were together, like at 13, I don't know what you would call it. But we were boyfriend, girlfriend. It was my first relationship. Need a sippy sippy. So, we were together for a while, and then his family decided that he couldn't get along with his mom. Well, she wasn't a very nice person, but anyway, I can remember we were neighbors and we were in condos, and his bedroom was here and my bedroom was here, and we shared a wall. Like, there was just a wall separating us, so we used to tap through the wall, and when he moved, I was broken. Like, I cried and I cried. Like, he was upset too. We both did. And, we talked for a while, and we wrote, we would talk on the phone, but eventually he just kind of grew apart. And I can remember my mom saying, this is your first, this is the first of many. And I'm like, no, I'll never find. Yeah, you know how that goes. So yeah, Jamie McDonald was my very first crush. Do you believe in love at first sight? I absolutely do. And the reason why I say that is Mr. Addiction. At first I didn't. I actually, after the failed marriages that I had, and that's gonna bug me. I need 310. Squirrel! Oh, I can't get to 310, so it's just gonna have to bother me. I went to school with Mr. Addiction's sister, and we were friends in school. We weren't really in the same crowd, but we would cross paths here and there, and we knew of each other. And then when me and Mr. Addictions, I remember Mr. Addiction, he was just Laurel's snot-nosed brother. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, back then we were young. And me and Mr. Addiction's sister reconnected our friendship through Facebook. Gotta love Facebook. I was actually still with my son's father, and we reconnected and so on and so forth. And then me and my son's father, we split May of 2009. And I was living across the street from my ex, so I could be close to my kids. And I had made arrangements to go and visit Mr. Addiction's sister. So my parents drove me there, because at that time I didn't have a vehicle. And my parents drove me there, and I was in the guest room, and I was putting my stuff away for the weekend. And I didn't know that Mr. Addiction was coming. Like, him and his mom lived in like 4 hours away from where we're at. I didn't know they were coming. And all of a sudden I could hear people coming down the stairs. And then all of a sudden I heard from behind me, "Want to stroke my wiener?" I was like, what are you? Turn around. And the moment our eyes met, it was like, whoa. And it was like I recognized that soul. I knew who he was. And it was the same for him. Like, you could just feel the connection. It was like we were just like how the infinity symbol works, right? I can't even describe it. It was interesting. Maybe one day I'll do a video with Mr. Addiction. Maybe we'll do a couples Q&A. You guys can ask the questions and we will answer. If you would like that, let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to do a couples Q&A where you guys ask the questions and we answer them on film. I think it would be fun, but let me know if you guys would be interested in that. And I'm sure Mr. Addiction would be more than willing to do that here. He's hilarious. Oh, you guys would get a kick out of him. Squirrel! I keep squirreling. What's the best compliment you've ever received? I'm gonna have to say, like, I've received a lot, like Mr. Addiction, but the one that sticks out in my mind the most would be the lady that I helped when she went into detox. And she said to me the other day when she messaged me, she said, "Thank you for saving my life. You are an amazing person." That one there is what sticks out to me the most. Like, I mean, I've received a lot of amazing compliments from a lot of people. But, to know that my story helped to save her. And then she said, I'm one of the kindest people she's met, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn here. So, toot, toot. Okay, yeah, done. Squirrel. Moving on. Would you rather see into your future or change something in your past? I need a sippy before I answer that one. Just drink an Orange Crush. I got a thing for Orange Crush. Crush cream soda. Oh, I don't think you guys can get the cream soda Crush down in the States. Oh, I love the Crush. My body don't. I would not want to change anything in my past. Absolutely not. And I know some of you are probably going, what? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't change a flippin' thing. Because if you change something in your past, like, everything in my past has made me who I am today. So no, I wouldn't want to change anything in my past, and I guess it would be have a glimpse of my future. You know, and I always say, like, when I do cards and I talk about the future, I always say forewarned is forearmed. Because you've had a glimpse, you can actually change the course of action. So if I had to choose, it would be a glimpse of the future, because I don't want to change my past. It's made me who I am today. You know, people have said to me, what, you wouldn't want to change, so you have Xavier? Well, if Xavier would have lived, would I have Donovan and Carson? You know, it's losing my son made me realize what's important. You know, it's made me appreciate my children each and every day. I make sure when my son goes to school, I tell him I love him. When he goes to bed at night, I tell him I love him. Even if he's pissed me off, like if my children have pissed me off and I'm angry, I still tell them I love them. I'm a very protective mom. Like, I know to the point that sometimes I gotta let them go. They're not, you know, they need to be able to make mistakes on their own. It's just once you experience the loss of a child, you never want to go through that again. So it's definitely made me appreciate them, and so on and so forth. So yeah, see, squirrel. This is really squirrely. Ooh, this is squirrely tag questions today. Number 15, what's better, having high expectations or low expectations? For me, I am going to say low expectations. And the reason why is you're saving yourself from disappointment. You know, I never have high expectations on anything, because then I'm not setting myself up for disappointment and heartache or so on and so forth. I think you guys know what I mean, where I'm going with that, right? Yeah, I've always had low expectations, and maybe that comes from everything that I've been through. I don't know, but I do. I have low expectations. Like when I started, I'll use YouTube for an example. When I started YouTube, I didn't think I would hit 100 subscribers. Like, I really didn't. I had no expectations. I just wanted to leave a legacy for my children and maybe help someone by sharing my story. So I'm definitely a low expectations person. Number 16, would you rather go a year without junk food or TV? Junk food. I gotta have my TV. I really, truly do. Junk food is something that's bad for you anyway. So if I had to choose between, what would you do, Richard? Would you rather go a year without junk food or TV?
Junk food.
He said junk food too, because we need our TV.
Junk food is easy, but TV not.
What do you think of school, number 17, what do you think of school dress codes? I don't agree with them, because it takes away from people's individuality. I truly believe that people should have the right, including children, to express themselves in their own individuality. And when you force them to have a dress code, you're taking away from who they are. You know, I've never had to have dress code. So, but I mean, if I would have went to school and I would have had to award some stupid skirt, I would have flipped my shit. You know, I'm not a girly girl. My mother didn't raise a princess. She trained a witch. Like, you know, I am, like, my mom will always tease saying, you're supposed to be a lady. I'm like, Mom, like, don't get me wrong. I love makeup. I love being girly at moments, but to have to be forced to wear a skirt, not happening. So that answers that question. I don't agree with it, because I believe people have the right to have their own individual style. 18. Any strange phobias? Oh yes. Oh yes. I am deathly afraid of clowns. Absolutely petrified of clowns. Like, I don't know if any of you are watching Big Brother, but when they had prank week and all those creepy clowns were popping up in the window, Oh, my Lanta. I would have said, goodbye, big brother, and I would have been out the door. Gone. Like, no. Clowns and, yeah, I mean, obviously, snakes, spiders. I'd rather tangle with the cougars and the bears than the creepy crawlies. But I think the weird one would be clowns. I'm absolutely petrified of them, like, deathly afraid of clowns. Oh, number 19. Look at that. Do you have any tattoos and what do they mean? Okay, I have a lot of tattoos. So I will give you meanings to 2 of them. Okay, right here, I have the lotus flower and it says no more pain. And what that one means is I don't know if I'm ready to talk about this. Something very, very bad happened to me when I was 17. And what those 2 guys did to me took away my dignity and so on and so forth. It crushed me. It changed who I was. And then once I dealt with it, you know, and then the extremely abusive relationship, my first marriage. And basically what this tattoo here means is I am no longer going to allow somebody to bring pain onto me. So when I look at it, it reminds me no more being pushed around, no more letting people hurt you in a way that they shouldn't. And then I have right here on my arm, the balloon. It says sometimes you just have to let things go. And that's exactly it. Like sometimes we have to let things go. Even if we still have questions that haven't been answered. Sometimes you're just not going to get them. And sometimes it's just best to let things go. So that's 2 of my tattoos and their meaning. My face is all hot now. Whew. Do you plan to get more tattoos? Oh, hells yeah. I want to get one right across my chest that has like on one, basically on right below my collarbone, I'm going to have my sons on each side, their zodiac sign. And then right above, like right on my breastbone, I'd have my daughters. And then in the center, right almost into my neck, I'm going to have Xavier's. So I'd have all 4 children close to my heart. So that's the next one that I want to get. Okay. 21. Do you have any piercings? If so, what are they? Nope. I used to have the vertical labrae in my lip, but Mr. Addiction didn't like it. He didn't like the way it felt when we kissed. So I've never been one for piercings. I'm more for tattoos. Like I am a tattoo kind of person and I love guys with tattoos. There's just something so hot about a man that is inked up. Whew. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. Next question. Do you like hugging people? Nope. I don't like hugging people. I'm not a touchy-feely kind of person. And that's only because the energy. It can really drain me, especially if they're psychic vampires. So I'm just thinking like that's actually one of my topics for Spiritual Sunday is psychic vampirism. People who are psychic vampires. So if you guys have watched it, if you've watched this video, I'm laying an acorn. You guys all know that I am going to be giving away 2 of the Vibetribe diamond paintings that are coming out right away. And I'm not going to be doing a regular giveaway video. Basically what it's going to be is I'm going to pick a video that I've laid acorns in, and you got to make sure you answered the question. So I'm going to ask you guys the same question that I just got asked. Do you like hugging people? Just answer that question, and if I choose this video, you will be entered in. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I want to make sure that these Vibetribe paintings go to people who actually watch the videos, and do you know what I mean? Like, they're just not here to get free shit. So that's why I'm doing these 2 Vibetribe diamond paintings the way I'm doing it. So just answer the question, do you like hugging people? That's it, that's all. And I'm not a hugger. I don't like to be touched. And that just stems that because I don't like getting a lot of energy, and I just don't like people touching me. I mean, Mr. Addiction's different. That's Mr. Addiction. Or my children, you know, my mom. But other than that, nope, I don't. Not at all. 23, do you watch anime? Nope, I don't. I don't think I've ever watched anime. I'm not even quite sure what it is. Seriously, guys, I don't even know what anime is. So I can definitely say nope to that one. What brings true happiness? For me, what brings true happiness is when I'm balanced. And what I mean by that is mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When everything is balanced and in alignment, and then that brings me true happiness. Because when I'm balanced, I feel complete. If that makes sense. But if I'm not balanced, then everything else is out of whack completely. Like if I'm mentally not balanced, the rest is gonna fall to the wayside. If I'm not, spiritually, like I'm not practicing, I'm not meditating, I'm not going out into nature, I'm not, exchanging energy with a tree, like where you put your hand on a tree and you ground yourself. If I'm not balanced, I'm a royal bee. I really am. What's the most expensive thing you've ever paid for? Besides car, house, etc. Think single transaction. I think one of the most lucrative and expensive things I paid for in a single transaction was a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. When I had my obsession with makeup, I bought an eyeshadow palette that was $260. Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't thinking straight. I was out of whack, and I spent $260 on a single eyeshadow palette. Once I got it and I looked at it, yeah, like the formula was great. It blended really well. I enjoyed it, but looking at it, I felt so guilty. Like, so guilty that I did it. And eventually I actually sold it for like $180. Got a good portion of my money back. But yeah, that would probably be the most expensive thing I've bought in a single transaction. That made me feel really bad. If you could invent a holiday, what would it be? Oh, wow. That is a crazy question. If I could invent a holiday, what would it be? Appreciation for Yourself Day. Basically, it'd be something where you could, for you, like something that is for you. Like, because a lot of us give so much of ourselves to our family. We, it would be Love Yourself Day or something. Like, it'd be something along those lines. Because I know a lot of us, we put forth, whether you're male or female, we're constantly, there's a lot of people who are in the rat race trying to make a living, pay your bills, and we don't take care of ourselves properly. So it would be something along the lines where it would be Love Yourself Day, and everything would be half off at any store you wanted. I don't know. That is a different question. I can't wait to see how Danielle answers that one. 27, would you rather have summer weather all year round or winter weather all year round? If summer wouldn't get over 20 degrees, if I had to choose, I'd say winter. I don't like the heat. The heat makes me sick. Like literally, if I'm in heat for too long, I will be extremely ill. So it wouldn't be a good idea. So yeah, I would choose winter. Absolutely. I am Canadian, so I'm used to winter weather. If it wasn't that much ice and snow, yeah, even if there is, I can drive through it. So yeah, winter. I'm winter all the way. Too bad that question wasn't fall. Fall is this is my favorite time of year right now. September, October. These are my months. You guys are going to hear me very chippery and happy and joyous because Halloween is coming and the Holomus collab. Okay, I am going to insert the trailer for the Holomus collab because I do have new Vibetribe family members. I'm going to insert it right about here. I am so excited for this collab. My painting has been determined. I am so stinking excited for this. I cannot wait to do the Holomus collab. Oh, I've been waiting since June. So exciting. Yay. Question 28. How many phone numbers do you have committed to memory and who are they? Like to my own memory? I've got my mom, I've got my mother-in-law, I've got my sister-in-law, I've got my sister, my daughter. That's about it, 5. My memory is shot. I used to have a really, really good memory and my memory's gone to like Swiss cheese. There's holes in it all over the place. You know, I could say something and then 5 minutes later, I'm going to say the same thing. Yeah. So I've got 5 people that I can remember, and that is, oh, and my uncle, make that 6. That's about it. Oh, my ex, 7. My other abusive crap ex, unfortunately. But yeah, like I'd say 7 or 8 I've got memorized. Okay, you guys, this is the last question because I can't see number 30. Describe something that made you laugh this week. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. When I was conversing with Mrs. Coffee the other night, and the cougar was in the background doing a cougar call, like it sounds like a child screaming almost. And I was, me and Mrs. Coffee were doing voice messaging back and forth. And the way she came at me, she's like, girl, you need to get your butt in that house. Like, and just the way she was wording things. And then she did her little jingle after that. what would you do for a Pippa package? Like, because I had mail and Pippa's, from the video I uploaded earlier today, that was, you know, the package that was in my mailbox. But due to the cougar, you know, she's like, well, are you going to go out with Mr. Cougar to get your package? And I'm like, oh no. I was outside on my balcony, which is 2 stories up. And I could see Mr. Cougar in a distance. And then by the time I was trying to get my phone camera going, yeah, no, Mr. Cougar was gone. But you could hear him. And just the way that she was, how she was speaking, like doing a Mrs. Coffee thing. Like, yeah, oh my God, I was literally busting a gut. I'm sure my neighbors thought I was absolutely batshit crazy. Yeah, that's me. You betcha. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, you guys. So this has been close to an hour. That's usually what I like to keep my videos at. We will have to thank Mr. Addiction for letting me using his phone. Mr. Addiction needs a new phone. All right. So thank you guys so very much for making it this far. I appreciate every single one of you to a T. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be uploading anything or not. I do have a review that I want to get done, so I may work on that. I'm going to continue working on this for a bit today. Make sure you go over to check out Danielle's channel to see how she answered said questions. So on that note, don't forget to answer for the acorn. My squirrel dropped an acorn in the video. Do you like to hug people? On that note, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, many, many blessings. #Vibetribe. Bye, guys.